Okay, good morning.
So when we are in Tafkut test, just to go over one unclear point just to go over one point from yesterday about in Sif Aleph, about this Ramo says that you're allowed to do machshiri you're allowed to do malachos to make machshiri ochel, just a morin kain. Just a little bit of clarity. There's, again, the issue of a morin kain is, Rashi says, and it seems like it seems like that's what the poskim say, that even the yochid, if someone comes and asks for shayla, you can't be morit. However, if a person learns the halacha well, which is a little bit beyond the scope of the shir, but if a person, wants to delve further into this halacha, then he can, or maybe learn it ask a rav to learn it with him, so you're very familiar with the halachos, then a person will be able to go ahead and in private, without people watching, fix the tikumane, other things for machshiri ochel nefesh. Again, I'm not getting into what pratim, whatever. Some say that it doesn't. I'll give an example. Let me how far it could be taken. I don't know if it's right or not. So let's say your oven. Let's say your oven. You have no food. You're planning to cook, and again, there's no one around. Your stuff, whatever, and the oven breaks, stops working. If a wire burnt out, so could be. I'm not saying it's yes or no, but I'm saying theoretically, it will be mutter to go ahead and to change the wire, fix the wire. There are those. I think the Chayadim says, it shouldn't be Maisa Uman. Shouldn't be something which is a Maisa Uman or something which, it's a real tikkun for, like a real fixing. So that could be also, there is a bit of a machlokes with that. But it's only like the Magen Avraham says it's only like a simple fixing, nothing like major, or the question would be is, let's say, I don't know about this, let's say you want to cook something and you have an electric, hot plate or you have that's the only thing you have to cook something, because everything else is broken. And, the question is, can you plug it in so it turns on? Tikumane, binyan, these things, this is all how far these things can be taken, as you want to say it's in the wall. So the question is also, there are things which the hechsher is not included in this. And again, these are all, shilas that's why this thing is a morim kain, because how far this halacha can be taken is unclear, and the person says,
that's why it's good to have a local Orthodox rabbi.
No, but you can't ask, he can't paskin that for you. So you have to sit down and say, okay, can we have a shir on this inyan? It's really, someone who really knows halachas well really should use this heter, and that's basically it. Mutar l'lavim b'yontav sifhei, kuftav kuftav sifhei, mutar l'lavim b'yontav kli barza she'afabo fladin. You're allowed to do libun on a pan which you bake fladin shel dvina, you bake the cheese strudel or pizza, whatever. Right. Ve'achar halibun yefu bo pashtida shel basar. Then you want to go ahead and make a meat pie, on the meat pizza, on the same thing. So you're allowed to do libun on that. V'hu she'islavin yitnu also al hamaychol miyad. That's only if right after you libun while the pan is still hot, you throw the food on it. Even balum in the velach yoseba, but if it's treif, also the labnoi feel levels whatever heter. Right? Because the pshat over here is that if it's balum in the vela, it's full tikkun money. This thing is not usable at all. So by you doing libun, now you remachshir it. Now you can use it. So that's full tikkun money. But if it's hatera bala, also or cholov, so then to go ahead and to machshir it from one thing to the other, even though in your day it says that you shouldn't be switching, but if that's the Yom Tov Kubi, there's a bit of a heter, then that would be mutar, because that's not a full tikkun, because you could just continue using it for milchutz. And so this is just an additional issue of ochel nefesh. Huadin also lahagil kli b'yom tov, you can't do hagala either. Also, the thing is with the libun is also this is more from basar to chalav is more of a libun kal, it's not a libun chomer. Libun chomer is definitely, that libun kal that kash is nisraf alav, that if you put kash in it, it's going to start burning. So that also is more of a heter than libun gomer, which is not really a ochel nefesh, or the thing turns red, whatever. So it's also more of a malacha. Oh, right. So mutter l'lavin shipud shetzalabo basa she'enu maluach. If you roasted liver on a skewer for on Yom Tov, you're allowed to leave it on a road to lach releases of Yom Tov. You want to use it again for Yom Tov, you are allowed to do that. Even though it's only a minig to the libun, if you had dam on it and whatever, it's only a minig. It's not maker a din. It's mutter, so that's derech. That's what you do. We don't let you, go ahead and use it again unless you do libun. So therefore, you're allowed to do it. Vav ein nogvi nekev chadash v'chavis b'yom tov. You're not allowed to go ahead and open a nekev chadash on Yom Tov because it can be done erev Yom Tov. Now, going back to what we said in Sif Aleph, is that if it's something which couldn't have been done erev Yom Tov, then you'll be allowed to do it. The question is, this is going to get all opening packages and opening soda bottles, we'll get into that, and grape juice bottles, things like that. So the thing is that so there's a bit of a machlokes over here. So obviously, if you could have done it, erev Yom Tov, and you left it. So let's say you have something like a can. You have a can, and if you open it erev Yom Tov, it's gonna not be so good.
You come rancid.
Even if it's not, it doesn't taste. It'll taste metallic, or depends what you do with it. I don't know. It won't be so fresh. Whatever it is, so then you'd be allowed to open it straight on Yom Tov. The question is about opening bottles. So I saw that there's a bit of a close between Rav Moshe and Rav Shlomo Zalman. The issue thing to understand is that you're allowed to open. You would technically, a morim kain, but person knows the halachas. Technically, would be allowed to go ahead and open bottles. By himself, if he knows the halachas well, he would just open the bottle. If it's something he could have done erev Yom Tov, no. He just didn't get around to it, or he forgot. Okay, but then he'd have to do like it does on Shabbos. But if it's something which brought him a bottle of something on Yom Tov, and he'd know about it, or he didn't read it, whatever it is, he'd be allowed to open it. Shlomo Zalman says since there's a way to do it, there kilkul, since there is another option, so therefore even it's more tircha, you should do the other option first. Moshe is more of the opinion that since it's Yom Tov, extra tircha, you don't have to be choshish for that. When it comes to plastic caps, since there is a machlokes involved, it's even more keel on Yom Tov if you have no easy way to open it or whatever. Say it. Zayin lahatbil kli chadash b'Yom Tov dinu k'va Shabbos, that you can't be that the yesh machmirim because it's like a tikkun kli. That's the same din. That some say that if Begadim brings, it could be if it's glass, it could be that you could go ahead and be morikain. This is tikkun kli. You can morikain to other people. You can that glass is derabbanan. You can table it since the machlokes or whatever, and you really need it. Hagav din hadacha v'shivshiv kelim b'yantam v'yinkom Shabbos, washing dishes and things is the same thing as on Shabbos. The only difference is that what we say on Yom Tov is that you're allowed to use hot water. You're allowed to, if you need the dish, you're allowed to use hot water to go ahead. We'll get more into it, but you're allowed to go ahead and use hot water to clean it. If you need something which is mamish muksa for tzarech ochel, usually you don't. Let's say using you need to go ahead and you want to move rocks aside in order to go ahead and someone put their wallet on the oven, right? And you want to go ahead and move really on the on Shabbos, you can, I guess klach yad, whatever, you can move it. And Yom Tov, you pick it up and move it because you need the place to go ahead and cook. Tov kuf yud. Molim elilois. That's if you take wheat kernels and you rub it between your fingers. Lefarchin kitniyos. Kedarka b'Yom Tov, or you break open pea pods and things like that. Kedarka b'Yom Tov. You can do a kedarka because on Shabbos, even though this is a shinu, in Shabbos the heter is only with the tips of your fingers. But otherwise, you're allowed to go like this to get everything to break things open.
Meaning you're allowed to rub your hands together.
Right. Unapeach ma'at ma'at, and you're allowed to blow it away slowly, because we said in Hilchos Shabbos that's a little blach of zoyre to blow it. So, but here you'd be allowed to blow it a little by little, because that's a shinui. So it's a malacha. It's malacha hechsher oichel, which is mutter b'shinui and Yom Tov. So you can do it zoyre b'shinui. Afilu b'kino and v'tamchui, even using funnels and things. However, you're still not allowed to use other tavla, nafel, and kavra types of sieves and things like that, because that's uvdin dechol, and the derech is to use that in making a lot. When you're putting it away, not to just do it for a meal. Habor kitniyos b'yamtav, bor kedarko b'cheko v'tavcha. When you do borer, kitniyos, you can do brera. Kedarko, you could do psoilos mina oichel. That's on Shabbos you have to oichel mina psoilos. On Yom Tov you can also do psoilos mina oichel if we'll see if that's less tircha. If that's the easiest way to do it, it's a normal way to do it. You're allowed because it's less tircha, so you can do that.
So for the non-yeshivish background people, that means that you'd be allowed to go ahead and check your beans, separate them, and so on and so forth on Yom Tov, correct?
Check your, what do you mean?
You're being by kedarka, the kitniyos, right?
No, it means over here if it has, I guess you could say that. I thought it was even borrowed from the outside, from the pods or something like that. That's what I assume it meant. I mean, any, because it says b'cheko v'tamchui, so it means it's a funnel that the garbage that's on top
right,
and goes through.
Right,
things like that. Right.
You're allowed to go ahead and do that the normal way that you would do it.
Right. Oh, let's see in a second. And also the ochel obviously, if you want to eat it that day, but a little bit tavla, a little bit nafel b'kavra, and you still can't use these things because they're often the chol and it's there for this is where the ochel is apsolas, so therefore it's much easier to take out, or let's say you have bad pieces or bad bean, whatever it is, it's easier just to take out the 5 bad things out of the tarovis than it is to start going ahead and taking out the 100 other things and leaving the 5 things over. About im hayisa apsolos meruba alocha, but apsolos was meruba. Boris aloichel meneiach apsolos. Don't. It's not a din that on Shabbos aloichel toch apsolos, and on Yom Tov it's apsolos toch aloichel. No, it's whatever has less tircha. So therefore, you're allowed to go aloichel toch apsolos if that's easier. Im hayatorach bebriras apsolos bin aloichel yoyse betorach briras aloichel bin apsolos. Let's say taking even though the psolos is ruba ochel, but there's more tircha in taking the psolos from the ochel than the other way, even though there's more of it, then you should go ahead and then you should, let me show you an example that the psolos is very fine and it'd be hard to take. Let's say it's in dirt, right? Let's say something is sitting you have some food or whatever, it's in a thing of dirt.
You can put it in dirt, you can put it in sand,
whatever. So you're gonna start trying to, start trying to take all the dirt away to get to. It's much harder than just taking the what you want out of the dirt. So right, Afal Pisha Ochel Beruba, Boris Oichel Maniach, or if it's even the Ochel's Beruba, sorry, or in the opposite case of the Ochel's Beruba, whatever, Afal Pisha Ochel Beruba, even in the case of Ochel Beruba, it's the opposite, as long as it's less tircha, Boris Oichel Maniach HaSapsoil. So Gav losing Botnim Shinishtabru V'dayim B'klipeihem, losing whether butnim is, Israelis call it peanuts. I don't think that's not the pshat in the. And I think peanuts came from America.
Peanuts did come from
So butnim don't mean peanuts. When Yaakov Avinu sends down butnim to Yosef, and it's Nikates, it's not peanuts. Some say it's hazelnuts, whatever it is. It's some sort of nut, but it's not peanuts. But the halach would still apply. To peanuts as well. And they're still in the shells. Lo mikri haklipa psolis. And the klipa is not called psolis. That's not called psolis. You could just klape yomtiv. Therefore, you'd be allowed to go ahead. And it's called tikkun ochel. It's not called borer to take this stuff out. However, according to say, still you should do the less tircha as possible. Ein mistanenim hardal. You can't sift mustard, ground mustard seeds, whatever, and there's a special sifter or sieve or something. You can't sweeten it by putting a coal on it. Yes, that would scorch the mustard a bit and make it not as sharp. Matechas mutter, but if you take a hot, you can let's say you want to heat up a hot piece of metal, heat up a spoon, whatever it is, and you stick it on the mustard seed and to char it a little bit or whatever, that would be okay because that's not.
What's the chiddush?
Because it's kibui. Because by 8.
Throw it in the pan anyways. I could take the mustard seed and throw it in the pan on the fire. What's the chiddush here with being?
Well, this is what the derech they used to do it.
I understand, but I'm saying what I'm missing.
No, because the problem with shal 8 is that even though we said before that you can put bisra grumri, you can go ahead. Kibui l'tzorach ochel nefesh is mutter, but over here it's something you could have done the day before. It's not, and therefore that kibui is not l'tzorach, but you would be allowed since mateches is not. There's no. This is also an important nekuda, but meteches over here, there's no kibui midaraisa. So therefore, also electrical coils and things like that, there's no kibui deraisa on these things. It's only a kibui derabanan, which whether that helps or not, I speak to rabbanan, whatever. Beyond the scope of this year, but it isn't. There is an idea that then the Torah also filament. Well, they don't have filaments anymore, but that it's not an actual fire, then the kibui is only the rabbanon. Ein tola mishmeres b'yantav l'sanein b'shmarim. You can't hang up a filter to filter out shmarim. Im hayisa tluya v'omedes because of oil. You're allowed to put shmarim to filter it out. You're allowed to do Aravam, put rimonim in, and then you can put it for rimonim, and then. It's not within the chol to use it because it's something that you could have done this yesterday. But rimonim, you want to hang rimonim in. Okay, you want to do that. That's fine. So then, after you take the rimonim out, you're allowed to go ahead and then use it to filter it. Any other filtering is all the same when it comes to ayin and shinyates about the different halachas of filtering things. You can't make cheese on Yom Tov. You can't make other like yogurts and leavens and things on Yom Tov. You can't make butter. Whether it's because there's two different possible reasons. that this is something which is more than the chol, or something which comes on the Erev Yom Tov. Some say it also because it's or some say because of borer, because you're separating the milk and the cream, and then you're taking the cream is also a thing of borer, which you could have done Erev Yom Tov. Some say even making the cheese is a shayla of binyan also. You're boine the cheese. It's a process, The question is, is also the fees there.
It's a process of squeezing. Usually to make the cheese, they have like a cheesecloth or so on and so forth. You put the milk inside and you curdle it, and then afterwards you squeeze all the liquid out of the...
out of the thing itself. Right. That could be if you do it at derech ibud, it could be. Derech ibud might be okay. The question is about making meringues on Yom Tov. I guess Hashemir Shabbos says it's okay. It sort of depends how you stand binyan ba'ochlim. If binyan ba'ochlim, I think the Chazon I heard says that whatever binyan ba'ochlim is you taking a few different things and then putting it together and like making an actual binyan. Some say it's making any sort of mound, any sort of binyan. So it could be totally on that. It could be on Yom Tov. You get your spoon to make all like the mekilim and to make it. You have to mavar the halacha a bit more. Yeah. Okay.